Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and it's a pleasure to have you stop by today to do your part in today's video. Today's video is going to revolve around a 2010 5.1 Mac Pro. That's really where this channel started, my love of those machines and upgrading those machines. And to this day, despite all of the PowerPC content that I put on, those Mac Pro videos tend to be the most watched. I've got a 2010 Mac Pro sitting right in front of me right now. It's my daily driver. It's what I do everything on. I've got another one down in my music studio. It's the linchpin of what goes on in that studio. These are very important machines to me. Now, one of the things about running a retro tech channel and doing retro tech things, with these PowerPC machines, I can kind of play fast and loose. I mean, I love the machines. I don't want to damage the machines. I want them to run and run to their utmost capabilities. But if something goes south and they stop running, I haven't really lost anything. Now, my two Mac Pros right now are currently running macOS 10.14 Catalina, courtesy of DOS Dude 1. Thank you very much, sir. And run them very, very well. I have held off on the idea of upgrading them to Big Sur. DOS Dude 1 decided not to do a Big Sur patcher. He's got his reasons. He's a very busy young man. He had concerns that there were fewer and fewer machines that were actually going to be able to run Big Sur well, even when patched. So basically, I've held off, and I've been following tracks of a couple of different patchers. And the time has come where I am beginning to think, okay, let's get Big Sur on the Mac Pros. But it's scary. I need these machines. If something goes south, I mean, I've got backup, of course, but if something does go south, whoa. So here's what I'm going to do. I have found particularly interesting the Patched Sur project by Ben Sova. I think that's going to turn out to be the most likely candidate. I'm going to try using that. I am nervous about doing that on these two Mac Pros that I use so regularly. However, I have a third Mac Pro. Yes, the handle is all smashed in. It was damaged in shipping. I was upset about that when I got it, but it works. And in fact, I have upgraded. I put a metal capable graphics card into it. I put in an NVMe PCIe controller card. It's a very, very capable machine at this point. I upgraded the processors even to max them out. All right. However, I don't do much with it. This is the perfect candidate. I can upgrade this, and if it goes south, well, I'll find a way to resurrect the machine. I'm sure I will. But I won't have lost anything truly significant. So what the heck? Let's give it a try. Now, if you want to follow along and see this whole process, please stay tuned. Okay, we're here. You will notice, of course, that this machine is, in fact, running Mojave. When I did the upgrades, I decided to leave it on Mojave. Mojave is still under support and should be until, say, December of this year. However, one of the things about the Patched Sur by Ben Sova is that, at least at this point, you cannot do a clean install. So in order to use the patcher, you have to to do it from Catalina. So I have downloaded DOS-Dude 1's macOS Catalina patcher. Which I shall open up. I've run it once already, so it should just open. Nope, I've got to convince it to open. Okay, so with the Catalina patcher, there's the credits. Now we can browse for a copy because I have already downloaded it. One of the things, making videos like this will be somewhere between 15 to 25 minutes. At least that's usually what I aim for. Go to downloads there. But this is going to take me at least 2 days to get everything done. Downloading Catalina, of course, takes quite a while. Now here's one of the nice things about the DOS-Dude 1 patcher, is this install to this machine option. Big Sur doesn't do that. You do have to create a USB installer drive, which is going to cause some issues down the road. We'll get to that. So I'm going to select install to this machine, and to begin patching a copy of macOS Catalina to be installed on this machine, click start. So I am going to do that. You've seen, I'm sure, plenty of OS installs. I won't go through that. The next thing you should see would be this machine booted into Catalina. So please stay tuned. I realized two things. First of all, the DOS-Dude 1 patcher warned me that system integrity protection was still enabled, which surprised me a bit. So I had to boot into recovery mode and then use terminal to disable it, which is easy enough to do, but I hadn't thought about it. Having done that, I realized there's a very simple failsafe involved here, which is to use the modern version of Carbon Copy Cloner to clone the installation of Mojave on the Western Digital SSD to Macintosh HD, which is just sitting there being blank. So now, if everything falls completely to pieces, I have backup. All right. We go with this again. So we open it and continue and continue. Browse for a copy. We know it's there. Alright. Then install to this machine, which is where we just were, of course, but now we'll do it for real. Stay tuned. Well, okay. Catalina. A quick look here. Here, 10.15.7. It's up to date. The Mac Pro mid-2010. 2 by 3.46 GHz 6-core Intel Xeon. That's as far as you go. 48 gigabytes. That could be increased, although I'm not likely to do that. And this may be the issue. The Radeon RX 580 with 8 gigabytes of video RAM. I mean, that sounds fine, but that's a PC card. There is no boot screen that comes up with this card installed. And that's going to be an issue, but we're going to leave that for tomorrow. Now, as far as you don't need that Catalina patcher, the recycled items we don't need, so those will be gone. I say for tomorrow, for you it's going to be coming right up, so it'll be the same video. Well, okay, step 1 is completed. Stay tuned. Well, I can't wait. We've got to try to get this this whole thing happening. Okay. Now, this is our GitHub page for Ben Silver's Patch Sur 0.1.2 beta. And we're going to download Patch Sur. And that seems to go really quickly. Okay. So yes, we put out Safari. And open up this. Son of a gun, this looks nice. This is sweet. Now I'm gonna take a moment. And plug in the USB drive, which says no name. And I'm gonna go to disk utility. And here's no name. So it's FAT32. I'm going to call this install patch. Huh. Oh. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, it won't let me. Let's try this. Yeah. This is a better idea. Or maybe it isn't. Okay. Then go to APFS. No, wait a minute. Actually, it needs to be macOS Extended Journal, I believe. And we'll call this yeah, the problem I had is it was set, it actually was formatted as FAT32. Okay. Looking for it to come up. Darn. There it is. Okay. So we can put a disk utility. Now we'll continue with Patch Sur. There we go. Open it. Next. Okay. Most thickness should work. Well, typos. File vault, I don't use file vault. Personal hotspots, and sometimes graphics acceleration. I don't know why that should be a problem. Alright, well, what the heck, we're going to do this. Let's continue. And we're on the release track. Big Sur only supports updating, but clean install support is coming soon. Well, that's what it says, so let's continue. It's downloading patches now. And now we have to download Big Sur. Okay, and this is, of course, going to take a while, so we will spare you that amount of time. Stay tuned. This is important. Wait until it actually says finished in this window. It's going to take a while. It doesn't take a couple of hours, depending on your Wi-Fi connection, I guess, but you do have to wait for it to say finished. Then it's finished. Then your installed macOS Big Sur has got everything it needs to actually patch Big Sur to run on the machine. Which is sort of dumb, because these 2010 to 2012 Mac Pros, once you have installed a graphics card that is metal capable, will work fine. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to run Big Sur. So, we're going to do it. Alright. Stay tuned. Okay, we're on the camera for a reason. The directions tell you to restart the Mac and hold down the Option key. But if you have a PC flash graphics card, will that work? We'll find out. So I've got the Option key held down. Catalina has let go. And now we have our black screen. Okay, we get the chime. And chances are we can sit here for a long time and not see the boot manager. So I'm going to spare you that time. I'll wait through just to see if anything happens. Stay tuned. Now, if you're going to do this, you have to be patient because it takes a while. You don't get a boot screen here. Finally, this will come up, and now you're in macOS recovery. Now, I have no idea if this is going to work. If we click on the Apple, we get Startup Disk. Now we do have the option, install Mac OS Big Sur. Let's give it a try and see what happens. you can't change the startup disk to select a disk. The Bliss tool was unable to set the current boot disk. That stinks. Yeah. Okay. So, I didn't think this was going to work, but it clearly doesn't work. It would be nice if it did. All right. So, the other option is to install the original graphics card. If you have saved the original graphics card, you can then reinstall this graphics card, and you should get the boot manager, and you should be able to start from the installer. Stay tuned. Okay, I haven't been in here in a while. There is a button that you press here that'll slide this thing over. That bar moves over. That allows you to exchange the graphics card. Everything else should be in place. So we should, theoretically, be okay. Stay tuned. Interesting. Pretty quickly after I stopped that last clip, we got this screen. It started out as macOS Recovery, and then install macOS Big Sur. Let's do it. Okay. All right, and we're going to install on. This is looking good. Okay, I won't make you wait through the 20 minutes now that's saying. Stay tuned. And as soon as I said that, we went back to the white apple, and progress meter is a lot further along. And it just zipped up. Okay. Is something going to happen? Oh my God. We're in Big Sur. We are in Big Sur. All right. Now, I'm wondering. I was hoping it would just boot into Big Sur and I could shut it down and then switch the graphics cards back. That could be part of the issue of what's happening here. Obviously, we're beach balling. Stay tuned. Well, I do apologize, first of all. I realize the video you've been watching is rather disjointed. The reason for that is I left out a number of clips. And the reason I did that was because of the result, or rather, lack of results. I mean, it sort of worked. My plan had been to put the original stock graphics card in order to get the boot screen and be able to install Big Sur. That sort of worked. Big Sur did install. You saw one little short shot of it there. And as long as I had that original card in, I could boot into Big Sur. Of course, the performance was miserable. You wouldn't want to do that by any means. All right. However, when I put the RX 580 in, nothing. I mean, it chimed. It seems like it booted, and it may have, but the screen was black the entire time. So fortunately, I had my backup, I took the NVMe drive out and it booted right up to the backup. And I managed to restore from that backup to the NVMe drive. And at least no harm done. We're in the same situation we were before. All right. Not to worry, I have an alternate plan. And I'm going to tell you about that in the next video. Be good to other people. Be good to yourselves. We'll make this world a better place. It isn't, so please take very, very good and careful care. All right, so we've got at least one more adventure, a part 2 to this, where hopefully we have somewhat more success. And a lot of other stuff as well. Until those things come along, this has been Broken Electronics.